Monopoly, how to play. The the object of the game is to be the wealthiest player of the game after everyone else has gone bankrupt. First, you lay out the board, which is I already did. I picked out the tokens, then placed them on Go, and here are the properties that you can buy with this stuff. So you gotta use your money wisely. So right now, I gotta show you the monies that are what you're gonna need as follows. So let me get that other one out of the bank. So let me show you. The money you're gonna need are as follows: 5 1s, 5 1 5, 2 10s, 120, 150, 4 100s, and 2 500s, which is your allowance. Which is part of a game where you. And now it's just not some game. It teaches you about real world investment. So let's say car goes first and they roll a 7. So we're going to talk about the chance basis, but first we got to talk about the properties. They're brown, light blue, pink, or magenta, orange, red, yellow, green, and blue. So each of these spaces have different number of money on them. You gotta pay for them. And there's also railroads here, here, and here. Oops, I don't want to drop it. Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah! Now we're going to talk about the big spaces. There's not only properties and railroads on here, there are also utilities like the electric company. Hold on, let me flip it around. And waterworks. So I had to tilt it like that for some reason because I was kind of nervous. So now there's not only that, there's tax bases you gotta pay. If you land on income tax, you pay $200. If you land on luxury tax, you pay $100. The two of them, the most expensive of the two is the income. So let me tell you about the chance and community chesters before we build the big spaces. So then the car player will have to go back 3 spaces. And he has to do it immediately. And there we go. And it says income tax. So income tax means that car player loses $200 for his out of his monthly salary. But that's just a demonstration about how income tax and luxury tax works. There's also, like I said, there's also railroads, such as the B&O Railroad. Oh, let me get these in order. You get the Reading Railroad, the Short Line. Oh, let me get the other one. There's also Pennsylvania and B&O. I don't like the B&O. It's a piece of shit. It's a piece of fucking shit. Now, where was I? Oh, yeah. Once a player lands on a property, they can buy it or the bank can be forced to auction it. So we're going to try that. So the car player will pay $100 for Oratono Avenue. And now he owns the Oratono Avenue just for the rent. The rent with color set is different for each character space. But watch this. If one of the players owns all 3 of the colors, the same color, That means it's a monopoly. That means they can start building houses. Let me show you the houses in hotels. These little green ones are called houses. And these are called hotels. So you gotta be wise about your money when you want to buy hotels. So first, let's say the card player owns all 3 properties and he wants to put a house on one house each on them. Oops, I did that wrong. There we go. Now getting into the part of the doubles. You see, each number is the same on each number of dots is the same on both dice. So if you roll a double and you move the number of spaces, but if you do it again, then you gotta do it again. But watch out. If they roll doubles 3 times, that means they go immediately to jail and do not complete their 3rd turn. Okay? Now, it's the Rubber Ducky's turn. So now, he rolled, you roll doubles, so that means he's gotta pay the bank. But I'm actually gonna give him a 5, which is a 1, a 2, and a 3. So that way he doesn't have to pay taxes. So now he can own the Reading Railroad. And now he owns and Rubber Ducky player owns the Reading Railroad. Now this is going to be different with each different part of the board. Now these railroads have a status just like these property cards, these title deed cards. You pay $25 for one railroad. If you have two railroads are owned, you gotta pay $50. If there's 3 owned, you gotta pay $100. And if you collect all of them, they have to pay $20. So there we go. So let's just pretend that Little Ducky, the Ducky player, has all 4 railroads. And the thimble lands on one of those railroads. And I'll have to give out $200 for all 4. But guess what? There's one more thing. There's a couple more things we gotta talk about. And one of them is the utilities, such as the electric company and waterworks. Way over here. So the battleship player lands on electric company. He pays the price, and he gets and he gets this, and he gets that one, and then he gets it. And he paid for the hotel. And he paid for the electric company. Now these electric company cards, these utilities, is that if one utility is owned, the rent is 4 times the amount shown on the dice. Well, let's say that battleship player has both utilities. And that means you gotta pay 10 times the amount shown on the dice. Now, next session part. Next part of the video. If you land on or pass go, you can collect $200 as you pass. Now let me get the card out of jail to do this example. If the card player just got released from jail, and if you land on free parking, you didn't. Now there's this one, the dreaded go to jail space. If you land on it, you go immediately back to jail, and you do not collect $200 for passing go. Now this is the fun part. I'm serious. When all the properties of color sets are owned by by the players who own them, which is the Thimble. This is the Thimble set. This is the Battleship set, the car set, and the Ducky set. So but here's the thing: when you own the color set or have a house on it, the rent is higher than the rent with color set price. So let's say Card Player owned 4 houses, and he wants to put hotels on all 3 of his light blue properties. But if you don't have enough to pay, that means if Ducky lands on Oratano Avenue and there's a hotel on there, that means he's got to mortgage one of his you get the point. They would pay the mortgage, the money it need, and he still doesn't have enough, so then he's bankrupt and out of the game. He's bankrupt so Ducky is out of here. And when there are 3 players left, that means if the card player was the wealthiest person on the game after the Thimble, and the Battleship players are discontinued from the game, that means whoever there's the one with the most money wins. Hope you like this introductory video into Monopoly. See you guys next time.